Welcome back. It's been a huge week for crypto. The second U.S. Bitcoin ETF begins trading today. Here now is Bitcoin Foundation Chairman Brock Pierce. Brock, good to see you. Thanks for being here. What does the foundation do? What is your goal?
Well, so the Bitcoin Foundation was created in the very early days of Bitcoin to assist with the development of the core code, to basically be a channel for media to contact, to connect with the various constituents in the industry, to do advocacy work. And so I was brought in or elected to the board and then made chairman to distribute the authority. People felt this organization had too much power in an industry that's about decentralization. And so the foundation is really focused right now in having conversations with foreign governments, leaders of nations, and really assist with advocacy work, evangelism, and basically policy advising.
Now, central banks around the world differ on many issues, whether they're for negative interest rates or not. But one thing they don't differ on is their thirst for power. They love the power that they have, and they're very reluctant to give it up. And frankly, I think they're afraid of cryptos, don't you?
I'm not sure fear is the right answer. I think they generally don't know enough. And so people tend to fear that which they don't understand, and you conquer fear with knowledge, which is why I spend so much time educating central bankers, because the more you know, the more comfortable you often get.
But the whole deal with cryptos is the idea of anonymity, of being able to make moves without somebody watching over your shoulder. And Big Brother, frankly, is looming larger and larger, not smaller and smaller right now. That's why I'm wondering how much success you might have with a country like China that has already thrown some cold water in the idea of cryptos there, and where they want almost in total control of what happens to your finances.
Well, that's why China has banned it effectively, because they realize they can't control it. And that's why places like the United States, where we care about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, fundamentally, principally, we're so aligned. But what we have seen is El Salvador did make Bitcoin legal tender.
How's that working out?
In less than one month from the day that it started, which was September 7th or Bitcoin Day, over 50% of the population of the country had downloaded a Bitcoin wallet. So it's exceeded my wildest expectations. But what you pointed out is interesting. The primary currency in El Salvador is the US dollar. So there was no central bank. They don't have the ability to issue their own money. Similar to like Ecuador and Panama, there are a number of countries that run solely on the dollar. And so you don't have a central bank effectively, in the way they see this as all this upside.
Do you now have, though, a case model that you could present to other countries and say, look, it works here, it could work there as well?
Yes, so I was with the president of Ecuador, Panama, Honduras, Guatemala a couple of days ago. I've got 30 other presidents in line. Right now, there is so much interest, and because of how successful El Salvador has been, people are really curious. I'm not there to tell them what to do, but I'm giving them the information because the data doesn't lie.
Now, these are itsy-bitsy economies compared to the United States or other European countries. Is there any transfer, or is it just unique to the size of these countries, the small size of these economies?
Well, first movers are typically those that are going to be more nimble and where the need is greater. Obviously, the bigger you get, you don't need to be first. You have the benefit of being able to watch and see how it's worked elsewhere, and then you get the pleasure of going, oh, this really works, let's do something. It's the smaller places that benefit most from, making big moves.
Have you seen any interest at all on the part of the Fed?
So, I was in the Senate yesterday, and I'm constantly in conversations with various members of, our elected officials, our civil servants, our regulators, legislators, everybody. And there's genuine interest. The real issue that I see is that most people just don't know enough. And so the main thing that I'm tackling is just education, education, and education, because the more informed everyone is, the more sensible the decisions they'll make that are ultimately, this is our future. There is a future economy emerging. There is a new economy emerging. And our future is going to be impacted by the decisions we make. And I pray we make good decisions for our collective best interest.
Very quickly, are cryptos going to take over the U.S. currency, or will they exist side by side with U.S. currency as they do now?
Well, there's going to be a parallel economy. They're going to be side by side. This is just what the benefits of what technology is doing is it's creating alternatives. I don't believe it's threatening the U.S. dollar. Remember, I was also the founder of Tether, where we invented the stablecoin. We created the first U.S. digital dollar. It's doing $100 billion a day in transactional volume. So governments are also looking looking at it, central banks saying, wow, this technology can be used to enhance our monetary system. They're seeing benefits from it.
Brock Pierce from the Bitcoin Foundation. Good to see you, Brock. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.